Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome to part 30 of What If Naruto Was Trained to be a Mercenary? Remember to get this 1 to 100 like as usual, share this to all of your friends on your social media platform, and go ahead and check out my second channel, Anime King 2, where I posted a new episode of Naruto, the God of Shinobi, and I also posted a new episode of What If Naruto Got a New Bloodline, so go ahead and enjoy those. And on this channel, I post a new episode of What If Tsunade was Naruto's mother, and what if Kurama gave Naruto a dojutsu. So go ahead and check that out and enjoy. And if you're new and this is the first time hearing my voice, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and click that red subscribe button. Join the Anime King family and be a part of the channel. And also go ahead and check out my second channel, Anime King 2, and enjoy all of the lovely what ifs coming your way. Yeah, and comment down below and tell me if you're new. I'll be replying and talking back to all of you. So yeah, without further ado, let's get straight into this. So last time we left off, Naruto and his team were basically in a cave because of a sandstorm. They were heading to the sand village for a mission, where Naruto then told them about the book that he wrote, as Naruto had a best-selling book that even passed the Ichi Ichi book series, far surpasses Jiraiya, and Naruto was the author of that adult book. So Naruto told them about it and that he was ramen sage, as Ino was very happy to hear that because she loved the author of the book. So yeah, after that they went to the sand village as they entered. So we last left off when they entered the sand village, but you guys can switch across the playlist and check out the episode for yourself. And yeah, let's get straight into this new episode. The group continued to walk through the market street as they gaze around the sand village. He'd soon remember the last time he was in the sand village, as there wasn't so many merchants selling their products and there weren't so many people walking around with goods. He knew how much the sand has hit an economy boost in the last couple of years. It wasn't just the Kazekage, but the alliance with Konoha has helped the village increase. The team finally left the market street as they head toward the street that lead towards the Wind Tower, as they could see the giant building in the middle. Before reaching, they saw a sand Jonin ahead, as Kitsune smiled already know who the Jonin was. The sand Jonin bowed to Kitsune and his team. "Kitsune, we have been informed of your arrival. Baki, it's been a while. I can see that the village has gone through some nice changes since the last time I was here," Kitsune replied. Baki nodded. "The alliance with Konoha has helped the sand grow strong. So you're here for the mission request?" "Yes, but I would like a meeting with the Kazekage if that is possible," Kitsune asked. "Of course, Kitsune. The Kazekage has been expecting your arrival. Please follow me," Baki said. As they entered the tower, as Temptress got closer to Kitsune, the people of the sand seem to worship you for some reason. "You could say that I'm a close friend of the Kazekage, so I have a big reputation with the sand village and their leader," replied Kitsune. "I guess that makes sense. All the villagers were cheering and smiling when we arrived," Mistress said as she remembered. Kitsune smiled at his popularity as they walked through the tower. Walking ahead, they saw two other familiar faces, Temari and Kankuro. "Well, it's been a long while, Kitsune," said Kankuro. "Yes, it have," said Temari. "Hey, you two, I bet you guys have moved up a rank, right?" asked Kitsune with a smile. "Of course, we're both Jonins," Kankuro said. "I figure you guys are very tough. I remember you guys from the tuning exams." "But that was 5 years ago. We have become very strong," Temari said. "I'm sure you do, but anyway, me and my team are here to speak to Gaara," Kitsune said. "Of course, follow us," said Kankuro, as they walked for a couple of seconds until they reached a room. As Baki knocked on the door, they heard the voice of Gaara said, "Come in." As Baki opened the door and Kitsune and his team entered, Kitsune smiled as he saw Gaara, who was now a few inches taller than last time. As Gaara was wearing his Kazekage robes, except for the hat. Hey Gaara, look who's come to drop by, Kankuro said as Gaara looked up from his paperwork. Temari punches Kankuro on his shoulder. Kankuro, I told you to stop being so rude. Address him as a Kazekage. Well, it looks like you're as busy as ever, replied Kitsune. How are you doing, Kitsune? Asked Gaara. I am doing fine. What about you, Kazekage? Please, let's leave the formalities. Just call me by my name, said Gaara. Then, I suggest you do the same, said Kitsune. Temari and Kankuro were smiling at the new reunion. Ever since Gaara heard that Kitsune was coming here, Gaara was happy to have the same person that changed him a long time ago and put him on the right path, as he was glad to have him here. Gaara nodded. Alright, we will leave the formalities and call each other by her rightful name. Isn't that right, Naruto? I guess that's alright with me, said Naruto. But anyway, since we're here, what about we get to business? The mission. There is a strange disease, as many of our merchants has caught it. Our medical team has discovered that the disease may be related to the current sandstorm, but we're not sure yet. The disease is dangerous. The medics said that it could be life-threatening if we soon do not find a cure. I have heard from Tsunade that you have your own team, and among them lies a medic, replied the Kazekage. Kitsune chuckled as he placed his hand on Huntress' shoulder. Of course, we have the best medic ninja right here, the best in all 5 great countries. She will be wonderful for this mission. Huntress blushed beneath her mask from the compliment that she received from her leader. It was a major confidence boost. Damn right, I am the best medic nin, Inner Sakura said. Can she help us, Naruto? Asked Gaara. No problem. Huntress was trained by Tsunade herself and she has surpassed her skills. She will find a cure for this disease. Isn't that right, Huntress? Kitsune asked. Yes, I will try and I will succeed, Huntress said as she was still blushing. Gaara nodded. Alright, Baki. Please take Huntress to the hospital so she can start working on a cure. Right away, Kazekage. As Baki opened the door, follow me, he said, as Huntress nodded as she went with Baki. Gaara got up from his desk as he walked up to Kitsune and his 2 masked mercenaries, as at least he was happy that soon they will have a cure for this terrible disease. That is one mission out of the way. I trust that Huntress will find a cure. Now Gaara, shall we discuss the true matter at hand? Kitsune said. Everyone was puzzled by the masked mercenary comment, not knowing what he was talking about. As Mistress and Temptress were pretty confused as well. Their mission was to provide medical aid to the members of the Sand. But it seems like there was another reason for their leader to come to the Hidden Sand. Gaara nodded. Yes, I have been looking forward to discuss this matter with you, Naruto. In fact, I am going to reunite with the members of the Sand Council to discuss this matter. I would like for you to be present in this meeting. It will be my honor, Kitsune replied. But I will also like for my 2 team members to be present as well. That is if it's not a problem. That's not a problem, said Gaara. Now, come. As they all left the office, Gaara then turned and looked at Kitsune. I am going to tell the council members and ask for their permission for your presence in the meeting. Right. We will wait right here, Kitsune said. Kazekage nodded as he then left, while Kankuro and Temari felt like they were being left out of the entire thing. What's going on? Gaara only told us about your assistance against the disease, asked Kankuro. I agree, this must be an urgent matter if Gaara is going to reunite with the council. Mind filling us in? Asked Temari. Sorry, but if Gaara didn't tell you too, I can't say a word about it. But I'm guessing that he will tell you after the council meeting. Alright, replied Temari, as she was unsure of the whole situation. Hey, we're a little lost here too, Kitsune. You didn't tell us anything about this other mission, Temptress said. So is there another mission besides the one for coming here? Asked Mistress. You guys will find out. During the council meeting, Kitsune said. Kankuro saw that Temari were feeling a little unsure about the situation, so he decided to cheer her up. Don't worry sis, Gara has everything under control. Come on, you should trust him by now. He's the Kazekage and the best ladies man, Kankuro said with a grin. Kankuro, shut up. You know I don't like it when you talk about that, said Temari. Sorry, my bad. Talk about what? Asked Temptress. It's nothing, Temari replied quickly. Looks like you're hiding something, Kitsune said with a grin. Is it about Gara? No, it's not like that, said Temari, as she sounded like she was hiding something. Is it about Gara being a ladies' man? Said Temptress as she joined in with her leader. Temari frowned while Kankuro grinned, as he said, maybe I should tell you guys, ever since Gara became the Kazekage, more ladies are rushing towards him, since he's now a man of power, and ladies like those sorts of things. I know what you mean, Kitsune replied, as he remembered what Jiraiya told him about women and powerful men. I think it's an absurd and foolish thing, replied Temari. They are only interested in Gara because he's a Kazekage, she said, still frowning. If they like him, they should like him for who he is. I guess you're right, but Gara is still lucky, replied Kankuro. The important thing is that they have accepted Gara for who he is, not what he carries, Kitsune said with a smile. That's right. It doesn't matter if Gara is a Jinchuriki. The important thing is that they see him as a human being, Mistress said. Yeah, that is why I'm proud of him, Kankuro said. And I'm also happy that he decided to be open for marriage. What? Gara is looking for a wife? Kitsune was shocked. Yeah, lucky guy. Almost every girl in the village has been going crazy to take him, said Kankuro. I am glad that he decided to find someone special to be in his life, Mistress said, as she then thought about it, as she blushed, looking at a certain blonde leader. It might sound nice, but it is not. It has become quite a pain, said Temari with a sigh. Why is that? Asked Temptress. Because I'm the one going through all of the ladies who wants to become Gara's wife. No way I'm letting a useless fangirl become his wife. The Kazekage's wife have to be strong and a true fighter, not some useless hussy, said Temari. Kitsune chuckled. Looks like you're taking your role of overprotective sister to me. I told her the same thing, said Kankuro, but I had to hand it to Gara right now. He's the most desirable bachelor in the village, especially after that big scandal that happened in the village a couple of months ago. What scandal? Asked Kitsune. It's nothing. Kankuro is just making things up. Isn't that right? Temari said, glaring at her younger brother. Oh, I want to know, please. Temptress said, want to hear some juicy gossip. It's nothing, replied Temari. Maybe I should tell them, Temari. They will keep on trying to find out, Kankuro said with a smirk. Whatever, said Temari. If you're telling it, I'm leaving. I won't listen to that again. As Temari then turned and started to leave, as Kitsune and his team saw the fuming Temari leaving, what bad could have happened to make Temari be in such a bad mood? It happened a couple of months ago. It was at the annual Sand Festival. Gara was the Kazekage back then, so he was at front as he was walking. As usual, the girls were all over him until one of the girls went too far, Kankuro said. Kitsune gasped, along with Temptress. What exactly do you mean? Kitsune asked. Well, she actually threw her underwear at him. As the three of them looked at Kankuro, wondering if they heard wrong. You're kidding, she actually threw her panties at him? Said Temptress, as a grin was on her lip. Maybe I should try it with my leader, she wondered to herself. Well, Gara didn't know how to react, but Temari took it at heart, as she put that girl behind bars for assaulting the Kazekage. Well, Temari really didn't show any mercy to her. How did Gaara take it? Asked Kitsune. He didn't say anything. He just stood there looking a little surprised. He never thought that something like that would ever happen to him. But at least he returned that girl's underwear, right? Asked Mistress. Kankuro grinned. Nope, he's keeping them as a souvenir of the festival. Everyone saw it drop while Kitsune was chuckling in his mind. Man, that Gaara, he's so full of surprises. Time skip. Location: desert region of border of the wind country. Two figures were walking as they were heading towards the sand, as they were wearing black cloaks with red clouds on them. We are still far away from the sand, Sasori said, as it was Sasori and Deidara. You must be feeling the nostalgia, Sasori, after returning to your home after so long. Deidara asks. Don't be ridiculous, Deidara. I have cut my ties with the hidden sand village a long time ago. I feel nothing for that village, Sasori said. Whatever, I didn't say it with a purpose to get you angry. This Jinjuriki should be the easiest to capture, replied Sasori. The one-tailed Shikaku. Its container is Gaara, the Kazekage of the sand present. The one-tail is the weakest out of all, since it is the less out of all the 9 Bijus. Even if that is the case, and he might be easy to capture, we cannot underestimate him, said Sasori. Deidara grinned as he raised one of his hands as a tongue was taken out of it. Don't worry, he will fall by my art. Did you bring enough for the fight against the one-tail? Asked Sasori. I have. I always bring enough for my precious art. That Jinjuriki will know the meaning of true art. Sasori snorted. Your so-called art is nothing but bunch of explosions and fireworks. Deidara stopped walking as a vein popped on his forehead. As Sasori realized that his partner stopped walking. Why did you stop? Asked Sasori. Deidara went to him growling. Do you have a problem with my art, Sasori? He asked. Since you asked, yes, because it is not art in the first place. It is just explosive clay. How dare you insult my art? My art is unique. True art that goes with a mighty blast. Your art is not realistic. True art is art that lasts throughout the years, Sasori said. Deidara growled. Like your stupid puppet show, right? Do you have a problem with my puppet art, Deidara? Sasori asks. Yes, since you asked. Your puppets are not art. They're just pieces of woods with chakra strings attached to them. Sasori gave you a murderous glare that meant business, and before they knew it, the both of them were arguing. Your art suck. Your puppets suck. As the both of them went back and forth for a while. As Sasori got pissed as he released his tail towards Deidara, but Deidara jumped aside. You may have caught me off guard with your tail at first, but not anymore, said Deidara as Sasori called back his tail. As they then ignored the reason for their argument, because they had a mission. Whatever, Sasori said, as the both of them kept on walking. And do you remember what the leader said? Asked Sasori. Deidara looked at him as he didn't know what he was talking about. About Kitsune Flash and his team, said Sasori. Do you think we will run into him? Asked Deidara. Sasori stood quiet for a while. He has heard so much of the masked mercenary. He has defeated so much, including Itachi and Kisame, who were some of the strongest members of the Akatsuki. Kitsune is a big threat of the organization, and if they met up with him, they wouldn't be able to beat him. Also, he contains a 9-tailed fox inside of him. As Sasori kept his gaze ahead, for the sake of this mission, and being successful, I hope not, he said, knowing that if they met up with Kitsune, they won't be able to win. Why are you being so negative? He can't be that strong, said Deidara. as Sasori was staring at him with a gaze. "What's wrong?" asked Deidara, seeing the look that Sasori was giving him. "Kitsune Flash defeated Itachi, and Itachi defeated you with ease." As Sasori remembered when Deidara first joined the Akatsuki, Deidara gritted his teeth. "Bah, he won't be so lucky like he did with Itachi. If we do run into him, I will show no mercy. I have a revenge thing against him. Because of him, I won't be able to kill Sasuke Uchiha. He was the one that killed Orochimaru, who I wanted to kill. Now, he defeated Itachi, the one who beat me. I wanted to settle the score with him," said Deidara. "You won't be so lucky if you do get in a fight with Kitsune Flash. He's a Jinchuriki after all," replied Sasori. "All the better to fight him. Eventually, we will soon have to capture him," said Deidara. "We haven't been given the task to capture the nine-tailed Jinchuriki yet. Besides, that was supposed to be Itachi and Kisame's target. That won't be going with Itachi, gone trader, and Kisame probably dead by now," said Deidara. "But we're still going to hunt him down. More like he's hunting us instead of we hunting him," said Sasori. "From hunted to hunter. How amusing," said Deidara with a grin, as they then continued their walk to the Sand Village. As we go back to the Sand Village, some time has passed as Kitsune and his team were inside of the council room, as Kitsune finished telling them about the Akatsuki and about the organization that is hunting down the tailed beasts and killing their Jinchurikis. After Kitsune finished telling them, the entire council gasped in shock, knowing that the Akatsuki is after the tailed beasts. So that means that the Akatsuki is after their Kazekage. Gaara remained quiet, but his facial expression never changed. He only lay his hand on his stomach, where his Shikaku reside. "So, they want Shikaku," thought Gaara. Sorry for being late. Everyone then turned around as they saw Lady Chiyo and Ebisu entering the room. The members didn't like the fact that both of them arrived so late, especially after Kitsune revealed important information. "It's about time that you two got here. We called you guys hours ago," Baki said. "Please excuse us. You see, my sister here was catching fish, but she didn't even catch even one, so that is why we're so late," Ebisu said, as Chiyo hit his arm for telling them that lame excuse. Baki sighed at the two elders. "Never mind, just take your seats." The two members took their seats as Lady Chiyo looked over and saw Kitsune and his team. She already met Huntress at the hospital when she go there and was helping them out with the disease. And through in the past hours, she and Huntress have become friends. "Did we miss something?" asked Chiyo. "Actually yes, because if you're fishing," said Yura, as he was one of the council members. "Alright, I will be allowing the information that Kitsune told us to be repeated again if that is alright with him," said Gaara, as Kitsune merely nodded, as he then tell them the information about the Akatsuki and that they're hunting down the tailed beasts. Chiyo's eyes widened a little, while Ebisu was a little shocked to hear the information. As Chiyo already knew about the one tail, she was the one responsible for placing the one tail inside of him. Naruto then looked at Chiyo as she looked very suspicious. Suppose she knows something that they all wanted to know. He then spoke again. "You know about the Jinchurikis, or the demon containers, I assume." The council members, along with Baki, were staring at her, while Gaara was just staring out of space. Ebisu gazed at his sister, while looking worried, but Lady Chiyo just sighed at the information that she just heard. "Yes, I do," replied Chiyo. "You can say that I am familiar with them, including their history, and now I understand why a criminal organization like the Akatsuki would be after them." "Here to enlighten me?" Kitsune said, waiting to hear her story, and Temptress and Mistress wanted to hear as well. She then paused before talking again. The tail beasts or bijus are powerful entities that existed through the world for thousands of years. They have unlimited amount of chakra that surpass any human or anything in this world. That is why humans were interested in finding a way to use their power. The bijus were too powerful on their own, but eventually they found a way to harness their power and use them in the Great Ninja War by sealing them into human bodies, Kitsune said, as Gaara gazed at Kitsune while he was still quiet, listening to Chiyo's story. Chiyo then nodded. When they found out a way to seal the bijus inside of humans, those humans became Jinjulikis. The Jinjulikis were used during the wars. They were the primary weapons to use. When a Jinjuliki combined their own chakra with the demon chakra, they became a force to reckon with. So, they are nothing but just tools for war, Temptress said as she said it in a soft tone, as Kitsune merely put a hand on her shoulder, as she looked at her leader, knowing that people must think the same of him, because he possessed the tail beast inside of him as well. I don't know why you guys are upset, Chiyo said. Ninjas are the same thing, they are just tools used for war. Even if we are supposed to be living in an era or an age of peace, ninjas became bloodthirsty, and that is how they became missing nins. So they can start trouble, to create conflicts between village, and that is how a war starts, replied Chiyo. That is nothing but a twisted logic that brings nothing but death. Mistress finally spoke up in a firm, serious tone, as she didn't like the story. Her leader was also a Jinjuliki too. No, it is a logic that was passed down by a ninja. But anyways, I understand why the Akatsuki's are after the bijus. They want that power to bring destruction to the 5 countries, or perhaps to start another war, Chiyo said. I seriously doubt that the captured Jinjuliki will allow or help the Akatsuki cause destruction and war, Kitsune said, adding his own logic. Kitsune is right. Even if they are just containers for the biju, they have no desires to cause a 4th Great Ninja War. Yura, the council member, said. They can be persuasive and threaten the Jinjuliki to cooperate with their plan, Baki added. That could be true, but I think there is something else to all of this. But I think that they want to extract the bijus from the Jinjuliki and just claim it as their own. Imagine that the Akatsuki harness all the power of the 9-tailed beasts and gather all that power. The organization will be unstoppable. That will explain why there are so many members of the organization for the extraction of the biju, said Gaara. And since that is going on, the Akatsuki will probably come here and take the Kazekage, said Kitsune. What? Said Yura as he was shocked along with Lady Chiyo. They might come here, said Baki. Are you sure? Said Yara. Yes, said Kitsune. Unfortunately, they have already captured some of the Jinjulikis, so they might come here. So while my other team member, Huntress, is in the hospital, I will take on the mission of protecting the Kazekage from capturing the Akatsuki. Take the job of guarding Gaara, Baki said. If this is true, then we all agree that Kitsune protect Gaara, Yara said. All in favor? Every single member of the council quickly raised their hands. Then it is decided Kitsune will guard the Kazekage from the Akatsuki if they ever show up. Do you accept Kitsune protection, Kazekage? Baki asks. That's fine. I don't have a problem in having a bodyguard. But I don't really need protection. Yeah, I know that, said Kitsune. But just to make sure that you're safe. But guys, I'm gonna be ending this episode right here. If you want to see the next part of this, you already know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification to stay posted. Remember to share to all of your friends in your social media platform, and go ahead and check out my second channel where I posted 2 new what ifs. An episode of Naruto the God of Shinobi and an episode of What If Naruto Got a New Bloodline. So switch across and enjoy them all. And on this channel I also post a new episode of What If Tsunade was Naruto's mother, and What If Kurama gave Naruto a dojutsu. Yeah, go ahead and check them out and enjoy. But for now, I'm out. Peace.